So now that we've finished entering our answer key, we're ready to start analyzing the data. Before we do that, I just want to check that all of the items have been scored properly. So we can look at the variable tab and we can see each item. We can see their binary items. They're all dichotomous items, and every item has an answer key. We can also go back to the basic item scoring, and we can check the answer key for every single item if we want to, and we can change them if we've miskeyed any items. We can change the key in basic item scoring, but everything looks okay there. So the first thing we want to do is we just want to score the test and get a number correct for each student. So we can use this for their classroom grades. So we need to go to the transform menu and test scaling. So here we have our list of items again. In this case we want to score the entire test, all the items, so we can choose all items. Or if we want to only score some items, we can hold down the shift key and select a group of items. So hold down the shift key, we can select that group of items. But in this case we want to score all the items. And what we want here is the sum score. That's the total number correct. And we want to give this a name, so we'll just call this total. And we don't want to do any linear transformation, we just want the total correct. So we press run, and here we have some basic statistics. There are 281 students, there's a minimum score of 38, a maximum score of 114, a mean score of about 79, standard deviation skewness kurtosis. Now, what we need to do now is to refresh our data view. So we go back to our data screen, refresh the data view, and we will see there is a new variable called total. Okay, now obviously we want to export this into an Excel worksheet or workbook, so we can give our students our grades. So we want to export the data, and this will be exported as a comma-separated values file, and I'll change the name, I'll call it scores, and find a folder to save it in. Okay, and then we can find that CSV file and open it in Excel. So here we have our complete data set, and at the very end we have a total score for each student. So that is what we would use for giving our classroom grades. Another way to score it, of course, is to find a percentage score. So we want test scaling, and in that case, to get a percentage score, average score, and we need to give that a new name. I'll call that average. Okay, I'll call it percentage. a little bit easier to understand what it is, and run. Okay. And so then we go back to our data view. Of course it's not there, we have to refresh the data view, and now we have a percentage for each student.